Welcome back, everybody. Well, I want to show you kind of a history of the Corgi Junior line. Now, Corgi Juniors actually started in the early 70s. And, well, before Corgi Juniors came out, they were actually called Huskies. And I got one here to show you the chassis. So this Cadillac Eldorado, the Husky models, made in Great Britain. And so they had metal chassis, decent looking wheels and tires. This is the Cadillac Eldorado. Now the paint's in rough shape, but overall it's all complete, and it could be restored and made look brand new again. So that's nice opening features. And then, well, they went to Corgi Juniors. I guess it was so people knew that the Husky line was actually Corgi, and maybe the Husky line wasn't selling too well. So anyways, so I've laid them out according to the way they appear in the book. And it's slightly confusing because if you look at this one here, there's a Volkswagen van, which I have over there, and it's another Husky base, but this is plastic. Well, in the book it says it's number 15, and A1, well, A1, you see C1, C2, C4, that's the different variations. So A1, it only appeared once, and this was from 66 to 67. So I'm not sure why it shouldn't appear at the first one in the book, but anyways, that's the way they numbered it, I guess. Maybe Corgi reorganized it after changing it to Corgi Juniors and just numbered it the way they did. So anyways, I've laid them out in order of the way they appear in the book, and some actually aren't really in the book. As far as colors go, this one they never said that there's a silver version, but it was issued in several different colors. And then later there was a baseball, hockey, and something else series that they issued, and well, this is the later version of it. So this would be the hockey series of cars. So anyways, and well, when I was putting this collection together, I know I have this one, but I can't find it anywhere. It's not in great shape, but it's in pretty decent shape. And it's one of those that I had loose that I just put somewhere thinking, oh, I'll find it later and it'll be safe there. And of course I can't find it. So anywho, well, this book is actually copyright 97, Corgi Toys. So it's a little out of date, third edition, but it's still a great reference to have. And so let's start looking at the cars anyways. So Grand Prix Racer, one of the early ones for the Corgi Junior lines. And it's pretty neat. And then we go to a Rover. Now this is another one that, well, this is a kind of a brighter blue, but it says metallic blue and then a couple other colors, but this is the version I have. Got the metal hatch. So that is pretty cool. Now all of these cars that you see here up to that point are made in Great Britain. And I have a few that I'll show you later that aren't in the book for some reason. And so, of course, beautiful Cadillac Eldorado. Be nice to restore this one maybe. But then again, it's a Survivor and it looks cool like that. And then here's a casting that appeared a number of times in the book, but this is the one that I have. And very cool, TR7. Right-hand drive, a lot of them will be right-hand drive. And here's another cool Ford GT70, it says. And it's part of the Growlers series of cars. So I think you have to just make your own growling noise. I don't think it doesn't make growling noise when you roll it, so you have to just do it yourself. And it's got a little metal hatch on it. And then another one that's pretty cool, and it has a metal chassis. Is this oval Reliant? And that's pretty cool. It's a cool little car. Of course, it's a European car that I'm not familiar with, but it's pretty cool. And then we have a Jeep that actually, well, the first castings, there's 3 colors, and it has a roof on it. But I thought I'd put it in the order of the, well, the book. And this one actually came out later. And there were a few other Army vehicles to go with it. So this one's very nice. And it's got a metal chassis. So Jeep CJ6. So that's a pretty cool one to have. And then you got my Husky Volkswagen. And then they came out with, well, some say Chevy vans and some say US vans. So this is the second version. And it's a Charlie's Angels. And I've actually bought this at a toy show because it was in decent shape. And I was going to try to collect as many of the vans as I could. And I found this one used. That one appeared later. But this is very nice. So I like this one a lot. And then here's well, this is one, the casting up here. Like I said, I put in order of the way they are numbered in the book. And so then they reissued as a James Bond vehicle, which is the wrong Aston Martin model for that, but it's cool, and I'm not sure where that fits in the lineup. And it's got black windows, so it's almost like the sports version that they came out with later for baseball, football, and hockey. But it's cool to have, you know, Corgi. And like I said, they're all made in Great Britain. And then the next one that appeared in the book that I have is this Buick Regal police car. You see the lights inside there, so you can make a little game, see if you can put it back in. But anyways, Buick Regal, pretty nice. And of course it was reissued later as a Kojak's car from the TV series in the 70s. And then we have 2 cool tow trucks that I love. I love tow trucks. And so this is very cool. Now there is a third version that I don't have, but there it is there. And it's cool in purple. And it only has decals on one side for some reason, because this one has a decal on one side as well. But it's nice, it's got the metal hook. Now it's got this one where you can actually lock it in, and this one doesn't. But very cool to have. So put those 2 back. And then next in the lineup in the book, well, is the James Bond. And very cool. There's a couple versions of this. One with a larger 5-spoke wheels and these ones. And then this one reappeared again later. And it's pretty cool. So there should be a little man inside. And you press the button and it pops up. So that's pretty cool. And then I got a Starsky and Hutch. And it's, well, it's all there, but I think it was supposed to be a decal on it. And then somebody tried painting the stripe. And they ended up painting the chassis for some reason, so okay. But it's still cool. The light's still there. Everything's on it, so I could probably restore that one easy enough, maybe. Springs on it. Pretty cool. And then on the front of the book, well, you see the James Bond car there, and we got the Volvo. So that's kind of cool. And so here's the Volvo right here. And so this is neat. Got a metal hatch. And it's been played with. Somebody enjoyed it, but at least they didn't trash it, so that's nice. But you see it's been rolled around a lot. Or you see Corgi Juniors kind of ground down there a bit, but overall in nice shape, so it's great to have that one. And another real play-worn one is this one. It's missing the window, but it still has everything else, and there's the chassis there. So metal chassis, so that's nice. And then we go to James Bond, the Lotus Esprit underwater car. Now I have two versions here. This one has a big hole in the back windscreen, louvers, but the decal's missing. Paint's in nice shape, and here, well, doesn't have a hole in it, and the decal's in nice shape, but all the edges are scraped up. So if somehow I could combine the two, I have to remove the decal and not wreck it, but anyways, it's great to have the two versions here. And then we go to Kojak, and this is in nice shape. Springs on it. I believe it has a chrome interior, but with the yellow windows it looks pretty cool. Of course, I don't think they ever made a yellow interior or gold interior. This one almost looks like, but very cool to have. And then of course I got my Batmobiles, and you know, I have another one in rough shape and this one in not so rough shape, and this one is the best one that I have, so very cool. Now it appeared by itself, and then later in the line of Corgi Juniors it came with a bat boat. So I'm not sure if this is one of them that came with the bat boat or just in the single, but it's great to have those two. And then we have this one, Mercedes C11. It's got an opening engine cover. So that's supposed to be a rotary engine, I do believe, because Mercedes actually experimented with the rotary engine, and then I think Mazda bought them. I could be wrong, but anyways. And then of course we got the Jaguar XJS, and now there's several colors of this one, but it doesn't say anything about a silver one, so I'm not sure. This is a rare model, maybe. I don't know, but it's cool to have. And like I said, they issued some sports series cars, and so there's that one there. And then we move down the line, and here's another one that, well, it appears later in the book, but it actually came out in '71. And this is Old McDonald's car. It doesn't say Old McDonald's farm, but Old McDonald's. And so very cool. So in the book it says 71 to question mark. It did appear later in they had Corgi rockets, and I don't have any of those, but pretty wacky looking car, pretty cool hot rod nonetheless. And then of course I got the Adidas, and this van, it came with either Chevy van or Chevrolet on the bottom, or US van. So I don't have the Chevrolet versions, but the US van is nice to have. And tell me that this doesn't look like the Matchbox. So I don't think Mattel would reissue this one as a Matchbox, but it's very similar. And it's got this little tab button on the bottom, so you can open the well, you can pop it open to get your fingernail under there, but so there it is there. So it just, the air cleaner pops up and opens the hood. And this one has a metal chassis. So again, it might have been issued earlier in the '70s and then just reappeared at that point. And then another one that doesn't say anything but a blue one. It says yellow, but this is very cool. So there's a slot there, so it must have come in a little case or something. But it's very cool, and I managed to find two of them in great shape. So I love both of them. And it's neat, they got the plastic mirrors that are put in from underneath the body and trapped there, so it's cool that all these years they're not broken off. And then another cool little casting is steam engine. And it should have two cars to go with it, but I don't have those. But it's very cool to have this one. And then towards the end of the book, we're the last bunch of casting to show. Well, I got this one, and it's very cool. 2CV6, or I don't know, that's messed up there, but it's nice to have this one, opening doors. And then the last two I have that appear in the book are this Ferrari 308. There's one version as a Magnum PI, and I don't think this is it, but it appeared a couple times. And then I actually have one that's made in China, so this is after the company was sold. And you see these wheels are the ones that they started using for the Chinese made ones, or the ones that were sold, or well, when Corgi was sold to the new company, they came out with their own style of wheels, which appear on these two that don't appear in the book. But there you go there. It still says made in Great Britain. So maybe they were making them with the Great Britain base, but they weren't actually made in Great Britain. I'm not sure about that. But it's cool to have these two models anyways. And this one to go with the original Corgi. And another one that only shows white in the book, and I got a black one, is this one. So this one's in very nice shape. So it's made in Great Britain. And that's very similar to the Hot Wheels version. So that's a cool one to have. And then I've got a couple more that aren't in the book. And so we got this one here, which is the Matra Rancho. It says made in England. And nice how the tailgate and the hatch open. There's a little metal piece to hold the clear plastic on. So that's a cool little casting here. And the other one that doesn't appear in the book for some reason, and it's got a nice chassis on it, made in Great Britain. Another Range Rover. So it's a cool casting. Well, there you go. So hope you enjoy these. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one.